Hello, hi, my name is Queen Morgana and welcome back to The Sims 4 What? Hello, hi, my name is Queen Morgana and welcome back to The Sims 4 Ultimate Baby Challenge. No, Ultimate Decades. Oh my god. Welcome back to The Sims 4 Ultimate Decades Challenge. Goodness gracious, I've never had to do that 3 times before. Anyways, we are actually starting off today's episode in Celestria with our sweet Celestria, because I actually forgot that she was supposed to give birth in the previous episode in 1413, and she did. I just had already finished my recording, so I rolled off screen, and y'all never guess what happened. So Celestria gave birth to twins, actually, fraternal twins. This is her little girl, Rashinda, and her little boy, Ralph, who has the same purple skin that she's got. Now, I have good and bad news about this situation. One, the good news, Celestria survived pushing out both children. Yay! The bad news, one of the twins did not, and that twin in particular is this little girl here, Rashinda. So again, the only one that have survived so far have been her purple-skinned sons, but not either one of her daughters, and I don't believe the previous one had purple skin either, if I recall correctly. So here is all we're going to see of little Rashinda. I can go ahead and age, well, I'm going to roll to see if Ralph is going to make it to his infancy, which is the real reason I came here anyway. So Rashinda was actually born with the same heart condition that her older sister, who is, what was her sister's name? Fina. Yes, that Fina was born with a few years ago, and that is why she was stillborn. So, but her brother was perfectly healthy. So I just found that to be a bit interesting that seems to have been the pattern so far. But Celestria gets quite a few more pregnancies. That was her 3rd pregnancy. She gets 2 more. So far out of 3 pregnancies, she's had 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. 3 pregnancies, 4 kids, and 2 surviving, kind of sort of for the most part. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my D20 out so that we can roll for Ralph together, since y'all completely forgot that she was even pregnant. I thought I thought I wrote it down, I didn't. But he is aging up into a infant, so we want to avoid numbers 18 and 20. And little Ralph got a 5, so he survives. So Ralph survives his sister. I'll let y'all stay for the creative sim and everything like that. I'll handle the baby afterwards. She's getting hungry herself, and she's gonna need to stop and take care of, you know, the cooking and everything soon. Anyways, I actually need to age them both up because I can't do anything with the infant. Oh, okay, you're just gonna stop. Rashinda's older anyways, I understand. Oh, she was so cute too. I can't believe this. Let's see what she kind of sort of would have looked like. Her skin is not that light. It's just she's got a skin detail on. I can't see the death mark on her neck, but I promise you she is Death Child. It's probably just not loaded in because she's still like just coming into existence. Sadness and sorrow. That's what I feel, guys. Sadness and sorrow. Celestria is struggling to, like, with motherhood anyways, but she desperately wants her daughter, and she has just not had it. Fina is not a toddler. She doesn't exist. She's not homeless. She quite literally just doesn't exist. I would just delete her. Because, yeah. But Ralph, we'll definitely get to see what he looks like. He is a cautious infant. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these 2 here and give Ralph a makeover, and I'll be right back. Okay, here is little baby Ralph. Again, he's an infant. There's really not much to see, but I do think, again, that it's very interesting that the 2 purple skinned sons are the ones that are surviving and not the I guess normal skinned daughters, especially considering Celestria desperately wants a daughter. I don't really think she cares if they come out purple like her or with any of their parents' supernatural traits or anything like that, because she's relatively safe in Silverado at the moment. But she's already kind of struggling with having kids to begin with and raising them on her own. And the fact that she's not even getting her daughter that she so desperately wants, I'm sure is annoying to her. I'm hoping that she doesn't like end up completely emotionally neglecting her sons or anything like that, because I don't know. It feels so sad to say, but I hope that's not the case. I don't know why Randall seems so damn big to me. I think it's this outfit. I think this specific outfit like rearranges some stuff. But Randall and Ralph, also, I think it's funny that they were all R names. Randall, Ralph, and Rashinda. Fino is an F name, but still, you know. But now she has her sons, Randall and Ralph, with each other. I cannot get rid of these dark spots. I did everything I could. I installed a mod that allows young adults to wash their face. I turned off acne, actually. Hers are just like permanent. So her acne scars are just permanent. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think. I know it's difficult to say because all the infants look cute, you know what I mean? So we'll see who he takes after more as he gets older. And as usual, he's got his death mark there because he is the Grim Reaper's son. All right, so let's hop into our main household. All right, we're back in our main household, and here is Lawrence. This is his adult makeover. I didn't change much. He's just, he's cut his hair. He's grown out his little goatee. His teeth are still jacked, but, you know, dentistry won't exist for another few centuries, honestly. But in the meantime, Constance here is pregnant. So far, her pregnancy seems to be going pretty well, so I'm hoping it stays that way. There's something here that's dirty that you really want to clean. This is dirty, so clean out the spoiled food, please. Osbert is still walking around. He wants to be funny with Lawrence. You can absolutely do that. And you want to be friendly with Constance. So these two want to spend some time with their parents, and I think that's perfectly fine. I've kind of noticed so far that Osbert has only really had once. He's a toddler, so I know it's not that deep, quote unquote, but he's really only had once to want to speak with and be close with his father so far. So like he hasn't had a want to talk to his sister or his mom, but we'll see if he ends up kind of being like Lawrence, just kind of desperately trying to get approval. I feel like that's kind of where Osbert is. I don't think Lawrence ever intended to be that way because he spent so long desperately wishing for the approval of his own parents, and it kind of led him to being unable to make decisions for himself, and now he's just gone kind of crazy with their sudden deaths and everything, so who knows. Also, this guy is an absolute unit. I don't think I ever really talk about how fit he is, especially considering he's not a knight or anything like that. He's like built, you know what I mean? For considering he doesn't like actively work out or anything. I guess all them long hours in the garden paid off. Speaking of long hours in the garden, guess where you're about to go, buddy? Your wife can't do it because she's pregnant, and even though we know that there's no chemicals used because this is 14, 15, whatever year this is, the game doesn't know. So she's about to go into her second trimester. She can come put the laundry away. The chickens aren't crying about food, so I guess they're satiated at the moment. Or you cannot put the laundry away. You can do whatever you want to do. Can you clean this up and then you can actually get started on some breakfast, I suppose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, now we can actually start focusing on other foods now. Huzzah! Let's make some fish head stew. Your daughter can actually come put the laundry away and clean this coop. So summer is here. It's nearly summer harvest. Again, we did not fill up this stuff here, but we really only eat out of it. Still, I kind of wish we had time to like do more with it, to be honest. But you got attacked by bees and didn't put it away. Well, when you're done, still go do it. So Lawrence is gonna take his time to work on this. That's fine. So honestly, besides Constance giving birth, and I'm also going to try to keep an eye out on Isolda whenever she gives birth, because she is completely alone. Her husband died and her daughter died, so she's giving birth to whatever child she's having now, just completely on her own. And I feel really bad about it. So we'll go and visit her whenever that time comes. But for now, I think we'll stick with Constance. How you doing, girl? She's mostly fine. Something in here is dirty and it's making her sad. But I don't quite know what it is. It might be that sink or something, unless somebody put a plate down somewhere and I just can't see it. Oh, the floor needs to be mopped. Okay, well, again, another chore for your daughter to take up. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna just let these guys chill and keep doing their thing, and I'll keep an eye out for something interesting. Oh, speaking of something interesting, hey, Jacques. Unfortunately, Lawrence is a little busy at the moment, but it's fine. Which one of y'all wanted to talk to Jacques? None of you. Gunnora and Lawrence want to talk to the taxman. He's not here though, so with that in mind, he is not here. You could go potty. I need to put down a second one. Probably. Constance, how you doing, sister? You need to pee. Don't even try to go all the way over there. Just use this one. It's fine. It's close. Don't even fret. I don't think Trader Jacques has anything we necessarily need either. Arnold needs his diaper changed. That's something we need. Unless we don't and he just like is fine. Do you stink, Arnold? No, I think I just made that up. I don't see it anymore. Whatever. Oh, there's a fairy here. Oh, okay, I did make and put down a bunch of teenagers. I did make and put down a bunch of teenagers in the world, and this fairy is one of them. Again, I didn't really try too hard. I did just randomize traits and everything like that, but I wanted to see if our pansexual teenager would be interested in, I'm just trying to see what sticks, So come give a friendly introduction once you're done peeing. I'm glad you came. She doesn't even live in Henford. I don't know why she's here or why she's out in public, honestly. Oh, your drive is kicking in. Interesting. I'm kind of scared for Lawrence to be around her. Not in like a predatory way, because I don't really think that concept exists quite yet, but I don't trust anyone who has a pretty face around this guy. We know how he likes to get down. I'm worried about Lawrence. Trader Jacques just might take her. We know everybody loves Trader Jacques. How you feeling? Oh, she flirted immediate. This is your soulmate? Yes! Yes! I wanted her to get with one of the occults so bad. I made a lot of sims. I made 3 human boys, 2, and they're all teenagers. I'll actually put them on the gallery. Hopefully I remember to do it before this episode comes up, but I made 3 human boys, 2 vampire boys, and 2 werewolf boys and a fairy boy, and then the same numbers and girls. So they're all completely different looks, different occults, different backgrounds and everything like that. So what story did I come up with when I was making you? What are you? I need to look at our traits again to remember, but this gives us the perfect opportunity to go kind of do something else. So I was gonna say let's roll to see if it's safe for them to go out, but I don't really have that problem with Gunnora. She is literally about to go out with Oberon. Oh wait, Oberon, okay. Oberon's trans. He's actually a guy. No, he's not. He's not trans. He's like, he's a femboy. I don't know how else to word that. He's a femboy. He looks like a female fairy that I made. I don't remember what the female fairy I made looks like now that I think about it. Whatever. I specifically made a boy who I wanted to look more feminine as a fairy because this is going to be in the lore video later, but gender is not at all really important for fairies and fae. They can feel closer to one particular gender, and they don't mind being referred to as like she, her, he, him, whatever, because they know that they might present as more masculine or anything like that. But the concept of masculinity and femininity as exists within humans, witches, and just pretty much every other occult, I'd argue is somewhat loose with mermaids. I think also have kind of a loose relationship with gender. Fairies, they don't really think about it in the same way the other beings do, right? They not in any type of strict way. So I think that she's gonna head out with Oberon somewhere. Should I? I'll flip a coin to see if it's safe. I know she's safe, but she is going out with someone who is, I mean, he's got a very pretty face, which is why I got confused for a second. I forgot I specifically made him to be this way, but technically LGBT, as much as I haven't really gotten into it in the past century or so, depending on the situation, it could also be dangerous to be, unless you're like an actor portraying a female role, because at this point in time, traveling troops did not employ women. And if there were feminine roles, a man typically did those roles. So unless you're like an actor during a performance, it's not the safest to be known as LGBT, specifically, you know, gay, lesbian, or especially trans, right? I'd argue it's probably safest in the lawless lands of Oasis Springs, because it's the lawless lands. Everything goes, anything goes, and it wouldn't be uncommon to find people living as themselves freely there. Though there are a few noble and royal families who might have a side piece that has some different equipment than they let on. So, like, I'm not playing with nobles or royals or anything like that in this series, obviously. When that pack comes out, I'm not buying the pack as soon as it comes out because I don't have that type of money. I don't even know if I'm gonna get the pack because everything going on with the Sims, but if I do, it'll be like a year in the future when it's on sale. So that's not even something I have to worry about right now. But I'm gonna flip for him because I don't think they'll necessarily have too much issue with the fact that he's kind of like dressed in feminine clothing, to be honest. I think from afar, no one's gonna care that much because I'm not taking them to the bar or anything like that. But the wings and the hair, that's 2 points. So I didn't even, did I say flip coin? I meant to say dice. Let me get a D10 out. We haven't done this in a while. So let's see. Skin is 1 point. He doesn't have any skin details or anything that would change that, but skin, you know what? Skin, wings, hair. So 3 out of 5. So I'm gonna get a D5s don't exist. That makes sense, actually. I'll get a D6. If he gets anything between a 1 and a 3, there is a potential that she'll get caught with him and there'll be some type of repercussion. Most likely for him than for her. Okay, they got a 2. So she is going to get caught hanging out with this fairy when they go out, which is really unfortunate. Discuss current drug market. He's a fucking he's a drug dealer too. Did I give him that trait? I definitely didn't. I don't. Okay. Well? Oh, Gunnora, you and your drug-dealing, non-binary fairy soulmate. Yeah, if you ever question whether or not I write what happens to my Sims in advance, the answer is no. The answer is a astounding no. I wonder... I did say they were gonna go out. I just made a whole scenario, so I'll just have her ask him on a date. Trader Jacques is like witnessing a lot here. No, don't start playing me music. Let's go out, Oberon. Let's have a get to know you date. It'll be us. We don't need a chaperone. Father can stay here. Oh, should we keep it here? I already said let's go somewhere. Oh, the place I wanted to go isn't even like an option right now. I wanted them to like fuck off into the woods somewhere. Hold on. Okay, it won't be an official date, but I can make something shake real quick. Oberon would technically use any program, any pronouns. Like I said, gender isn't really a strict of a concept for fairies in my gameplay, so he wouldn't care which pronouns we used. They kind of consider their physical appearance more of like a an extension of nature as opposed to a set aspect of it. Okay, I'm gonna fuck off past these guys. None of these guys even live in this house. At least they shouldn't. So, where do I want to go with my fairy boy? We could come up here to the ruins. That's where Celestria was secretly meeting up with Grimm. Or we could go here. Not there, because people are going to start fishing if we go all the way over there. Maybe here to like the middle of this snail area. I think they would like that. Let's go here together. I wonder if he hid his wings, but not his hair. Oberon, you coming? No, he did not hide his wings. Why are you flying so slow? Okay, you just gotta get past them. What's the point of flying if you're not gonna be fast? Oh, this is cute! I'm so excited for her to get with this guy. Y'all have no idea. I don't remember what my female fairy looks like. I forgot I made a NB fairy. Look at him, just floating on by. She is like, can you at least wait on him? I know you're excited, but you know, y'all can walk and talk together. It's a nice day out. One of those people we passed by definitely saw them, or probably these people here playing in the little lake. They probably see them from afar. Just like, what is that? What is that? Abigail Kudo and Rico Kudo. So the Kudos live in this house. They're a peasant family. They most likely saw them past the gate while they were out at the lake. And whoever this person is, like the Kudos definitely saw them. I'm sure they're used to people sneaking out and coming to this little section anyways, but they saw something in the distance that they wasn't really sure they needed to see seeing. Had to make sure I was on the right thing. Okay, I'm so glad we found like a love at first sight too. That was so sweet. I feel like I rarely get love at first sight. Most of the time I have to like work on it. Let's see. Let's get to know Oberon a bit more. Because when I tell you I randomized all their shit, I don't know or remember anything about this guy. He's wealthy? Not really. Not really. I just cheated the funds for the household. He's not poor though, but I wouldn't say wealthy. He's rich in life. Let's go with that. He's rich in life. At first I wasn't going to follow her because we already have a bunch of households, but I might like unofficially follow her just to kind of see what they get up to and keep track of their kids if they have kids. He likes violin. I'm so excited. I finally get a non-toxic romance that's not ending in death, hopefully. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Lawrence could never. Lawrence could never. I'm taking screenshots, which is why I'm like paused right here. Oh, these two are a good match. They're a good match. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so happy. Discuss healthy relationships. These two are fun. Oh, she's getting hungry. Don't do that. Let's I wonder if I can start getting them to like date today. You know what I mean? Ask about his hobbies. These two would make such cute kids. Give him props. Honestly, this is gonna go by super easy because they're soulmates. Well, I say that, but technically Ada's with her soulmate and they're weird. They're not like an ideal soulmate situation. Jorge did not want to get with her. They had a nice time here in this little grove section. The Kudos, which is a peasant family back here, saw them. And yeah, it's not the safest situation. His wings are just out. I know actually that they're not from Henford on Bagley, so I wonder if he was just kind of, you know, fairies are very emotion based, so I wonder if he was just drawn to his soulmate because he had no reason to knock on the door. None of the Sims I made are in Henford on Bagley at all. So this is literally just a pure coincidence. All right, well, are you not taking care of yourself? They are. They're just bad at it. Okay. Well, let's go home. Gunnora's safe. She's fine, but she needs to be careful about if she's seen with Oberon again. In this village at the very least. And I want to get to know Oberon actually before we head out. Let me get to know him one more time so that we can figure out their last trait. Or another trait. All you did was find out that they got money, which I think she would like. She does. She is materialistic. He's a rancher, so he works with animals and stuff like that, which makes sense. It makes sense. It does. They get along great. Honestly, a much better soulmate pairing than Ada and Jorge. I love this. She doesn't find him particularly attractive or unattractive, which is a good sign. I'll take neutrality over disgust. I think that's pretty good. So for now, I think Gunnora is just going to head home. I think Gunnora's gonna head home. You know, we met our soulmate. They're both in love. Actually, should we check the snail? Let's search Sophie real quick. See if anybody left anything. This butterfly's stuck. Do y'all see that? Like, it's just not moving. Oh, I saw that. What was going on there? I want to change our relationship so bad. I guess our romance isn't high enough. Like, I want to leave, but I also don't want to, like... do not mess around in the sky. You found something? You're going to go cross-stitch? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So we're bidding our goodbye. We did have a bit of a rendezvous with the fairy. And we didn't think we were seen, but the Kudos were in their pond and saw the two of them. Saw two traits, and honestly, the two traits are most likely the blue hair and fucking wings. Honestly, the Kudos, we never really come across that often, so I can't even say they should have gotten used to the blue hair with David and all that, but who knows? I don't really even know, like, their stance on anything like that. I know they're mostly a completely human family, actually, and they have young children. And look at Oberon just like watching us go. Oh, this could be something, y'all. This could be something. Oh, actually, I haven't come up this hill in a long time. Maybe we should have just came all the way up here. We didn't play that very smart at all, did we? It's okay. You were spotted with a fairy, but you're just a young maid. What could they expect? But a teensy little bit of a lore thing. Like I said in the previous video, I am going to be making a lore video about my occult stems and how I play as them. So I will say that fairy and the fae, as in like elven fae that we kind of think of, are treated somewhat as the same thing. It really depends more on like personality than anything else. A mix of personality plus the type of fairy they are. I do have distinctions, but in this current timeline, I guess this day and age, humans don't really know much of a distinction between fae and fairies. So they think of them all as having, I thought I told you I was to go home. They think of them all as like having a reputation of cloaking themselves to be beautiful, and that is a very beautiful fairy, but like taking on the appearance of a beautiful person to seduce someone unwitting. They think that that is one way that they steal people. They literally think that they, and this has happened before with evil fae, but not all fae or fairies, obviously, but they really think that they take on the appearance of a beautiful person and use that beauty and, you know, mystique to kind of lure in an unsuspecting human with their beauty. And they believe that these fae take the human to another realm, potentially to harvest their life force, or like no one knows what happens in this other realm. They're just gone. It's also the same way they think that they will steal children. Oh, I see Oberon. So they don't really think too highly of the fae. And as for fairies, by the 1410s and the age of like science and everything like that, I think it's gone from a bit of mystique and respect for beings of nature. Again, I'll get into like the gods and beliefs and how it's shifted over time in that other video. But fairies, the ones that are known for like taking care of plants and animals and all that, again, the same as fae, just kind of a different lifestyle, I suppose, like a different culture within fae/fairy race. They used to kind of be revered as the ones who were keeping animals and plants alive, right? Before humans were good at farming and harvesting and all that, it was the fairies who could do these things, right? A fairy with their fairy, what's it called? Is it called fairy? The fairy dust and everything, almost like fairy pollen, could make plants grow and fruits, you know, even when it was out of season. They could do so much and just survive. And so back in the day, when they were just doing their thing, humans lived in relative harmony with the fairies. But over time, they believe that fairies, even the ones that are nature-based, like Oberon's not a fae, he's a fairy. They believe that those beings are, I'll say, they believe them to be, how do I put this, more mischievous than they actually are. Now, there are plenty of mischievous fairies, don't get me wrong, but they believe that because fairies were taking their emotions and everything like that, that they were the ones being harvested or milked, quote unquote, for their emotions, similar to cows, especially since fairies have a huge, like a large part of their being is being out in nature and taking care of plants and animals and everything like that. Like, it comes naturally. But over time, humans got very paranoid that all fairies were kind of using them as like a feeding source, almost like how a vampire would use a human to drink from, you know, or like a cannibalistic werewolf would use humans to eat. Like they believed that they were being milked as almost like cattle. So this stems from the fact that there were really dark and evil fairies that were kind of using humans in this way, and then that fear just grew and grew and grew. So it grew to the point they didn't trust any fairies, even though most fairies, even ones that are mischievous, don't necessarily do that, you know? Similar to aliens, you know, reading minds and everything like that, and sharing emotions. That's how they communicate and empathize with each other, but it's seen as rude when it's done to a human or done without consent. Fairies can harvest each other's emotions and feed on each other and everything, and it's just considered a way of life. Like it's the same way as someone would wave hello to someone passing by on the street, especially with like loved ones. But with humans and other beings, it was very different, and it just, that lack of understanding mixed with a lot of there are a handful of wars between the occults, and there's just a lot going on. So the fear of fate and fairies grew. So there we go. That's some lore for y'all. But needless to say, all this to say, the reason Oberon, in this case, being a regular ass nature fairy, not a fae and not one of the mischievous emotion milkers that they're so worried about, the reason they're so afraid is because they would see a beautiful girl like Gunnora, who, as far as they're aware, is human, and witches in my gameplay are not inherently non-human unless I specify otherwise, but they see a regular girl out with this beautiful fairy who no one can tell the gender of. They just see this gorgeous person being talked to alone in the middle of this weird ass hedge place, you know, like no one knows what's going on, no one's gonna get close or anything like that. They think that Gunnora is in danger. So if it's reported that a fairy was spotted talking to Gunnora to the monster hunters, there's still a monster hunter in the village, and there are still people who, while not necessarily part of the guild, are pro monster hunter, who would report that sighting. That would therefore put her soulmate in danger. Even if she said, hey, that's my soulmate, they're going to say either she's like already brainwashed, too far gone, and kill them both, or that she's betrayed the human race or something like that. Don't even get me started on if they find out she's also a spellcaster. Like, it could, the best case scenario, well, the best case scenario is that they both survive, but the best of the worst case scenario would be that they just kill Oberon or run him out of the village and we just never see them again, and Gunnora never sees her soulmate again. Or worst case, one or both of them are killed. Like, it really has some heavy repercussions. So we'll see. Gunnora doesn't know that she was spotted or that it was an issue or anything like that. Like we said, they don't even talk to those guys. Like, we don't even talk to those guys, so I'm not exactly sure if they are pro monster hunter, if they would have said anything. You lost someone in the family. Who did you lose in the family? No one died in the family. Oh, you know what? It must have been you never met Celestria's children. There's no way you would know that. And Agnes still alive. Well, in this save, you're not family, are you? You can be sad if you want. I guess that I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna say that this is him just now feeling the hit of that child they lost in the previous episode. But in the meantime, speaking of things, are any of these finally aged? No? I feel like this is taking so long to finally age. Why are y'all not moderately aged, lightly aged? Why are y'all taking so long? Did it always take this long? I feel like the other times went by faster. Whatever. I'm still waiting on this pregnancy to be over. Are you both gonna eat? It's okay, you're on the way. Did I dress you all in the same outfit? No, it just looks like it. I think they're different colors, pretty sure. This is a nice little family outing. I wonder if Gunnora is going to tell her mom that she found her soulmate, so... I wonder what she'd have to say about it. Let's just, She's in a very good mood. She's super excited, so I'm sure she would love to run and tell her mom that she felt that she met a soulmate, a beautiful fairy, a beautiful nature fairy that was drawn to her, and they had just love at first sight. She's so excited. They get along fantastic. They, I don't know if she's gonna whisper about the fact that they shared a cheeky little kiss in the woods or anything like that. So Constance is pretty happy right now. I'm sure she's asked if she was caught, and I'm sure Gunnora was like, no one came and said anything or anything like that, but we know how that can go. Okay, Lawrence must have caught a piece of that conversation himself, so... why are you throwing food? I hate the messy eater quirk. It's like my least favorite quirk for dollars. Jesus, just eat your food. But she is exhausted. She had a really early morning. And she walked all the way across the village hanging out with the fairy, so she has earned herself a nice early rest. That is perfectly fine. Constance is taking care of her hydration and everything. Lawrence is losing his mind. Lawrence is sick, apparently. Well, you have enough money to go to this place, but I don't think it's gonna pop up. He has something going on. It's just not popping up what exactly it is. Nothing's popping up. So it might just be like a cold or something, I guess. Getting lightheaded for no reason. And you're about to yell at her while you hold your eldest son, who's supposed to be your heir. He's really teaching his son terrible... Okay, he decided against it. Good. You're being an ass for no reason, or you're about to be an ass for no reason. You can't sleep anyway, you're pregnant, so go to sleep. These two, you can use the potty if you want to. You don't even have time. I don't have time to potty train you anyways. Everybody go to sleep. There we go. It's the next morning. Everybody's chores are done. Constance made us some amazing, flavorful flour salad. Lawrence is coming in after doing his outdoor chores, and we are doing great. I am waiting on Constance to give birth, so I don't really want to go anywhere because I know she's going to give birth sometime this episode. I can't remember. I don't know what time she consummated is the thing, so I can't. I know it's going to be at some point today, so I don't necessarily want to go out with Gunnora. I did roll off screen to see, well, I spun the wheel off screen to see if Oberon would have any repercussions from being caught. And the only thing that happened is that he was screamed at. I know, it doesn't even happen to my actual Sims. All my main household Sims just die when that happens, but he got screamed at. So it's now unsafe for them to, or at least for Oberon to be spotted on that side of the city, on that side of the village, I mean, and it's going to be, are you about to have some alone time? Yes, you are. Okay. It's not safe for them to be spotted on that side of the city, and people are going to be keeping an eye out on Gunnora because, as far as they're aware, she is the victim of a deadly fae using its magic to magic and beauty to entice her so that she could be stolen away. I do want to go on a date, but we're not going there. You are going to come here instead. No, our romance went down. I will cheat that back up because I wasn't saying like I hate you. It should have been on like 20. I wasn't saying I hate you. It was definitely higher than 20. If friendship is at 46, or this was probably at like 40. It wasn't that high. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I just hate when it goes down like that. But, Lawrence, you still got some stuff you got to take care of over here. So while they do that, Gunnora can spend some time with her fairy lover, Oberon. Maybe your mother can meet him this time as well. Let's share a secret with Oberon. Don't cross-stitch, you have plenty of time. Grandma Beatrix is congratulating you. I guess she somehow found out that you found your soulmate. So let's, can we embrace? Oh, you're gonna meet her mother. Okay, she's in here doing some handiness, but fixing the sink, the pot. I guess it's really a pot of water, but whatever. But that's perfectly fine. I don't know if Constance would completely approve of this because Constance is conservative. But right now she seems to be in a happy enough mood. She's somewhat irritable, mostly due to her pregnancy more than anything else, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Let's compliment appearance. Constance, can you throw this way? I think Constance thinks that it's sweet more than anything. I think Constance thinks it's sweet. So that's nice. Why can we not be partners? What's going on here? Create custom relationship label. View relationship. I know what's going on here. It's just like you're literally lovebirds. Why can I not you know what? If they're arrow ace, I don't think I can. I mean, yeah, if they're ace, I don't think I can form that relationship. No, don't woohoo in the kitchen. Please God. Not another not another one of those. Maybe we'll just ask some relationship questions. Maybe this is a good chance for them to ask to just be friends. No. Good chance for Constance and Lawrence to meet this lover. I'll just do this. Okay. So Constance, first off, you should definitely change into something more, something better to meet your potential future in-law. Oh, okay. So come do that and then give a friendly introduction to Oberon. And then Lawrence, I'm watching you. I see those flirty mood lists down there. Oh, he doesn't like vampires, which makes sense. Honestly, fairies are also do not flirt with him. Honestly, like I was saying, fairies are wary, I should say, of witches and vampires the most. Werewolves, they mostly find an annoyance, but fairies and vampires are what fairies are most afraid of. Okay, have to make sure you're just being nice. Okay, Lawrence made a good impression. I think that Lawrence pretty much approves of Oberon. The baby's coming. Okay, baby's coming. Oberon, actually, there is a way for them to hang out together. They can go... Maybe they can go hang out in the forest together and pick some... on a stroll, perhaps. Go on a stroll with Oberon. Just go to a different part of the village than where you were caught last time. And you, my good girl, are going to come have this baby. Hopefully Oberon follows. I know Lawrence is like... Okay, there we go. Oberon's gonna go on a walk with Gunnora. That's fine. Now, let me get my actual D20 back out. Get rid of these. We want to avoid number 1. She got an 11. I thought that was a straight up 1. So she survives his birth. Does the baby survive? We want to avoid numbers 1, 5, 10, and 15. We got a 15? What? I'm gonna get my coin flip out because we can't actually get grim in here. Heads, the baby survives. Tails, it dies. Okay, we got a heads. And it's a girl. Oh, I was looking at my other screen. I didn't even see that. Okay. So the baby did survive. There's probably like a little bit of a complication that occurred during the birth, but it's okay. It's okay. No need to stress. So we had a new baby. I need to put my girl's name, female names list out, and we will see what the name of this baby is. I wonder if it's twins. I don't think we've had twins in this generation quite yet. This baby's name is Elowin. Oh, I like that. Elowin Smith. That's cute. Twins? No, just one? Okay. Nice. The fact that the baby didn't pop up is a bit concerning. Ooh, a dark-skinned baby too. Hell yeah. Cute little baby Elowin. Okay. Oh, she's colicky too. Constance has given birth to several children. Perhaps by now the physical toll of the experience of pregnancy renders the prospect of another one unappealing. I will let fate decide. I wonder, are you tired of getting pregnant now? Lawrence is still neutral, but he's not the one pushing out these kids. She is no longer okay with being pregnant. Okay, I mean, this is her 4th pregnancy with Lawrence, her 5th in life. She's got a teenager on the cusp of getting married, 2 toddlers and a newborn. I understand she feels done. Colicky newborn. Constance's newborn cries more often than most and struggles to be soothed. They may be suffering from colic, therefore expect long nights and frayed nerves. Whew, sounds like a lot. Shout out to the mothers out there and the fathers and the other parents out there. Oh, Osbert doesn't like his little sister. I wonder how Lawrence is gonna treat Elowin as she grows up, because we know he's a bit I mean, he's close with Osbert, so I'm not gonna say he's harsh with him, but what's their dynamic again? He's strict with Osbert, and he hasn't formed a dynamic with the second one yet. I need to learn these kids' names. They're literally the children of the next generation. Couldn't tell you what their names are. You need a bath. Oh, hey, Luna. Okay. Luna's also married to a fairy. Her husband is a fairy, so I wonder... I don't think any of her kids are fairies. I've been going in, giving them makeovers. I don't think any of them have the fairy trait like their father does, which I'm really disappointed about, because I want to potentially marry off one of these boys, because she has all girls, I think. I think she has maybe one boy. I'm pretty sure it's all girls, though. Constance, can you please give Arnold a bath? And Luna's here to visit, most likely visit Lawrence. Okay. I got so scared. I might leave that pause in so y'all can feel scared like me. Good one. Lawrence can't stop laughing. He likes jokes. Okay, your child has you cracking up. It paused my game. All right, come greet Luna. Tell her she looks great. She's doing fantastic. Gunora's back. They must have went their separate ways. Are you strict? I'm not gonna say you're strict. You're just trying to give him a bath. I gotta, like, there's a fine line between the Sims actually being strict and legitimately just... Look at these old friends. Lawrence, I'm begging you. I don't think Luna would do anything crazy with you. And she's a pretty Sim. Okay, they are, like, in front of the whole family. Lawrence is in denial about who did you just... Okay, I think that was the friendly flatter. I got so scared. I legitimately thought that she just... Oh god, I got so scared. I legitimately thought he just, like, propositioned her right in front of Constance, and she was like, yeah. That's not what happened. He flattered her. It was a regular flattering. Everything's fine. Things are going good. Oh, the taxman's here. Oh, this is who y'all been wanting to talk to. You wanted to chat with Reginald. I'm not sure why you wanted to chat with Reginald, but you and Lawrence both wanted to chat with this guy. Lawrence, I'm scared to have you talk to him because I feel like you definitely get dicked down by this dilf if you really wanted to. I might be the first in my bloodline to say that. Arnold also has the unwanted sibling thing, so neither one of the boys like their sister. I wonder if they feel like the dynamic's gonna change. Also, Isolda gave birth to a little baby boy, so do I want to switch households to roll, or do I want to roll right here? I'll just roll right here instead of switching households, just for Isolda. It's fine. So let's roll to see if she survived this birth. She got an 18, so she does. Does this baby survive its birth too? It got a 10. No, it does not. Oh no. Isolda, no. Isolda's left with literally nobody. She got 2 pregnancy rolls. That was it. She's done. She's not having any more kids. She could get remarried if she wanted to. I mean, it's not like Luke was her soulmate or anything like that. She's still young, but she married young to someone she actually like kind of liked and got along with. Like, they got along really well. And the 2 children she had, one died in their infancy, and then her husband died a few months later, and then she had a stillborn son. Oh my goodness gracious me. We'll definitely peek in and check on her at some point. I'm not gonna release my control over her. I think there's still some things I can do with Isolda's story before I relinquish my control, but damn, girl, fuck. Like, when Lawrence is up, the siblings are down. Because when I tell you, when Lawrence was having the best year of her life, if his life was when Celestria's kids were dying and Ada couldn't get pregnant and all this other shit was going on. And actually, Ada miscarried the same year that Gunnora miscarried. I didn't say she was pregnant because she wasn't pregnant at the time of my recording, and then I got her pregnant and I went back and she had miscarried around the same time Gunnora did. So the previous child would have been born around the same time as the other one. It's crazy. Things are happening in this family. Things are happening. Okay, so I think they're just gonna like chill. It seems like he's just catching up with Luna. No nefarious deeds are happening here, which I can appreciate. Elowyn is definitely crying more than an average baby, but that's okay. Gunnora is on it. She is a fantastic mom, which we all knew, but I do want to give her her flowers. She's doing an excellent job. She's always done an excellent job. I'm keeping a close eye on you, you motherfucker. Oh, you said no? You've never denied anyone anything in your entire life. Hot dog, we have character growth. We have growth, people. Or actually, you know what it is? He doesn't like when people do it to him. He likes to be the one to initiate it. So I think that's it. I think it's less character growth. I think that's just him being ace and weird. I mean, aromantic and weird. I'm not even gonna say he's ace, because he's definitely solicited in less time than she did. But I do think it's interesting that Luna, after all these years, we thought these two were going to get together and they never did. She got married. She has kids of her own, older kids. After all these years, is flirting with him. I mean, he is attracted to her. Salvador isn't going to come to this house. The furthest he's ever been to the house is like standing at the gate. Of all the fairies in my game, he is the only fairy who has not walked up to the front door. But like I said, fairies do not like spellcasters. I think it's less that they don't like them, they're more afraid of them. So again, this will be in the video in the future, but the reason the fairies are afraid of spellcasters is because as we know, there is a spellcaster familiar, actually. Not a spellcaster familiar, sorry, a fairy familiar, and it's really just, well, I could get the mod to make them look better, but in its actual state, that familiar is just a blob of light with fairy wings. So and according to my spellcaster canon, spellcasters began using fairy dust and eventually fairy wings, which are a source, which are limbs for fairies and a big important part of being a fairy. They started taking their wings to use in potions and spells, and kind of forced weaker fairies into essentially took away their consciousness and free will to force them to be familiars, right? So the fairies we see in game are actually fairies that were long ago once taken and forced into a different state to become a familiar. And you know, familiars are pretty subservient to their spellcaster owner. So it was just an overall bad time. Okay, whatever. You can't hate the guy any more than you already hate each other. Okay, see, we're off to a good start. I was gonna say, you're gonna let her flirt with you? Strained? Okay, duh. Okay, ouch. Constance and Lawrence seem to have hit a rough patch in their romance just now. Romantic partners with a strained romantic dynamic will gravitate towards main socials more often as a result of tension they're currently facing. Luckily, they'll still be able to work on their dynamics to fix things when the time comes. You would think you'd at least let her hold your hand, considering she saved your soul in the previous episode, but I guess you're over it. Sure, I would definitely call this a strained relationship. Can someone please change this baby's diaper? But yeah, that's why fairies are typically afraid of spellcasters, because a powerful spellcaster can absolutely cause a lot of damage to a fairy. And it's really scary to think that best case scenario, if the spellcaster wants to harm you, best case they take your wings. Like, they literally rip off a piece of your body for a potion or a spell. And worst case scenario, they force your consciousness into just no longer sentient. You're no longer you. You're just a blob to be used as a familiar, you know? Sure, you could be jokesters. We have a visitor. We haven't seen you in a while. Hey, girl. This is, oh, if you don't remember her, this is, okay, the door doesn't want us to see her. This is Catherine. She apparently married someone whose last name is Van Horn, but this is Denise's eldest daughter. We just haven't seen Denise or her kids in so long. They all turned out pretty okay, though. She is a spellcaster defender, so maybe she just wants to, like, see how we're doing, maybe check in on us. We gotta keep everybody in the loop. This baby is crying her little head off. I fed her. Maybe try feeding her again, I guess. Rock her, I guess. Do something, shit. Okay, are you behaving? You better. Okay. Is it possessed from colicky baby? You're not even doing anything to help, you bum. And calling your sick child I can't stand this man. I laugh at Lawrence because he makes for good entertainment. In real life, I would never. Oh, goodness. Is it possessed? It's not a normal sound coming out of a baby. She is crying so much. I'm doing everything I can to stop her, and she's just not. For those of you who have kids who have kids, did you have a baby that cried a lot like this? Did you have a colicky baby? Or a baby that was just difficult to put down? Why do you have 2 bars, Lawrence? What did you try to do, Lawrence? What's going on here, Lawrence? Okay. Okay, colic resolved. After a difficult stretch of sleepless nights and relentless cries, Elowen's colic has finally run its course. The household can finally breathe again. Oh, thank God. Why are you up? Go back to sleep. Lawrence? Do not give her a bottle. She is fine. No. Just go to sleep. This baby has cried literally every hour. I wish I was joking. I'm trying to speed through the night. She has cried every single hour. I thought she was done. Okay, we're just not gonna get sleep. It's the next day. The past few weeks or months, it's been 3 months technically in a day, have been a bit difficult with this colicky baby. Their sleep has been pretty messed up and everything, but this morning Gunnora is making some breakfast. Constance and Lawrence have been awoken every hour of the day by this poor colicky baby. She is a fussy one for sure, definitely fussier than her brothers were, but you know, it happens to the best of us. See what's happening. Yeah, we're losing chickens and everything. Elowin, I've been trying to feed Elowin for hours and she won't latch. You know what? I'm actually just gonna go ahead and age her up. We're gonna go ahead and age her up because she won't latch and she's just struggling. So let's roll to see if she survives to her infancy. We want to avoid numbers 18 and 20. I clicked off of the dice, I'm silly. She got a 1, so she survives to be an infant. Good God. That's as much. She's an intense infant. No, that's just as bad. Okay, it's fine. She is a cutie patootie though. So we're definitely gonna see. Oh, do you have? Oh, they've all got those interesting eyes so far. She looks like she knows what family she was born into and the BS that is to come. Good luck, sis. All right, so this is already a longer episode. Well, it's not for me actually, but see how full you are now that you're not like mad. Actually, are you okay? Everybody's a spellcaster. I was about to say, oh, was one of your siblings not? You want to be friendly with Lawrence. You're sleeping. I'm gonna get everybody situated and then I'll give Elowin a makeover. Oh, Beatrix is here. Hey, girl. Your wife is gonna take a quick little nap, but you just let yourself in. All right, never mind then. I needed that for Gunnora, but she can use this one instead. I guess Beatrix heard that she had a granddaughter now, a granddaughter who was a bit sickly, so she came to peek her first and only granddaughter so far, so that's nice. Lawrence is wrapping up some garden chores. The tax man is talking to us about something unimportant. Let's pay our 17 simoleon bills. Hey, that feels even cheaper than usual. I'm not complaining, but it does feel suspiciously cheap. And here is little baby Elowin. She is super pretty. I can already tell she's gonna be a bit of intense in terms of looks like Lawrence. I feel like she already kind of has that deadpan over it type of face, but we'll see. Hopefully her brothers grow on her, or hopefully she grows on her brothers, because I don't like the fact that they're both mad about the fact that she was born, because the eldest, didn't have that same sentiment for his brother, but they both aren't really liking Elowin. Maybe it's an attention thing. Maybe they kind of knew that she was going to be taking up a lot of their parents' time, which she did. She was ill as a little baby, and they'd already lost a child before. They were just afraid. So hopefully she's feeling better now that she's an infant, but she's already intense, so she's going to be taking up a lot of attention for the next year or so. And her brothers are not going to be very big fans of that, especially with how much especially the eldest one, it seems like he kind of craves Lawrence's attention quite a bit. So we'll see how things work out between this child. I'll go handle Isolda's unfortunate little end there and figure out what's going to be going on with her. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this episode. Gunnora and her fairies. Don't forget that lore video will be coming out next month. So if you have any questions that you want addressed about my occult lore and the history of the world or anything like that, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I will also be making a community post sometime this week. So you could also put your thoughts, opinions, and questions on that community post. But with that all said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.